France, a kingdom on its knees, foreign soldiers in its streets, banners torn, bellies empty, hope almost gone. Then a girl from a farm, not a knight, not a noble, just a teenager who said she heard voices calling her to war. They laughed at her clothes, her accent, her faith, but she didn't back down. She walked into the royal court and asked for armor and a banner. And somehow, they said yes. She rode out in steel too big for her shoulders, mud up to the horse's knees, a white flag in her hand, not to surrender, but to lead. At Orleans, the city that everyone thought was lost, she climbed the walls under a storm of arrows. When she raised that banner, an entire army remembered how to fight. Fortresses fell. Roads opened. The shy prince she served was finally crowned king. For a moment, it looked like a miracle had saved France. Then the miracle was betrayed, captured, sold, put on trial, not as a commander but as a girl who dared to wear armor, and say that God spoke to her, not to her judges. In the marketplace at Rouen, tied to a stake above the woodpile, she asked for a cross and whispered her last prayers through the smoke. 19 years old, burned as a heretic by the same powers she'd fought to protect. Years later, they tore up the verdict and called her innocent. Centuries later, they called her a saint. But titles came too late. The fire had already done its work. One peasant girl, one impossible belief, strong enough to move an army, and dangerous enough that the world tried to erase her.